So I'm back, everybody, with a new video on my 150cc Roma Super Hornet. It is a 2018, and if you've been following me, I have been doing extensive work to it. So I wanted to show you some of the things that I've taken off. The headlight assembly, this cheap piece of plastic here. Get that over the light. I don't know if you can see how flexible that is, but that thing for the dash, little cover, both fender flares for the wheels, the little mud covers, the back tail light assembly, took that out, and then this is what she looks like now. You may be wondering why I put Honda stickers on it. Well, frankly, I don't know how to explain this to people when people ask me what it is. And honestly, this is the closest thing you can get to a Grom for under $2,000. So I've done some work to her. New headlight. That speedometer at the moment looks ugly as hell, but don't worry, I'm getting new forks with new plates to mount it on. They're just not in yet. Kept the handlebars pretty much the same, but when the new forks come in, odds are I'm going to get another bar that goes across and update everything that's on it. I've also noticed that a lot of people are just getting the carbon fiber stickers that go on the tank. Well, let me tell you, I got this one for 12 bucks off of Amazon, and all it was drilling a hole, smoothing out, putting the plate in, and putting a little lock for the bottom of it, and now I have a real gas tank cover for the top, and it looks 100 times better than it did. So just an idea for you guys that are fooling around with these bikes. I replaced the pegs. The cheap little ones that you get with them are, well, they're exactly that. They're cheap. They are going to break on you. They'll fall off. They'll get loose super quick. Everything else I've pretty much stayed the same, aside from this back light, which I thought looked better. And here's the downside to buying this bike. A lot of you are buying it for a first-time ride, which is fine, but that is exactly what this is. This is not something you're gonna hop on the street with and pull wheelies and do ridiculous stuff with. It is literally a scooter that looks like a bike. It's got the CVT, so it is fully automatic, but honestly, everything I've done to this thing to make it quicker has just made it worse. So in the long run, there is a guy called Draco Law, I believe he changed his name to, on YouTube. He has done some really crazy engine modifications to his, but frankly, I don't have his skill or his talent, so this is what I could do without having any mechanical nuance, if you will. But some of the things you're going to need, clearly, are the helmet, definitely sunglasses and gloves. Those are cobalt, work perfectly. Definitely get a warm jacket because it does get cold out there at night, and you're going to need a really good backpack to carry your stuff with. But taking off all of these has actually made the bike a little bit faster, which is what I was going for in the first place. I would say you're saving at least 10 pounds off of that, and I am 6'2", 230 pounds, and frankly I can go pretty fast here in Maryland. Luckily in Maryland, if you get a 150cc, you do not need to get a motorcycle license. They have a motorcycle safety course that they suggest you take, but technically you don't need to because it's still classified as a scooter. So I put up a video about 2 weeks ago after my oil change and tune-up with my roommate riding around on it, and he absolutely loves it. So the question I keep getting asked is, would I buy this again? And that's a tough question, because for me, this was, oh, I want something fun to go around on, hang out with. I live in a little town, so everything is within 3 miles away from me. And it's fun, just going back and forth and picking up 1 or 2 things or going to meet your friends. But honestly, I would not take this bike any more than 60 miles before something would go wrong with it. Screws would fall out, and then you'd have to be replaced. Your best friend with this bike is going to be zip ties. Just get a little pouch like I have there and fill it with zip ties, Phillips head screwdriver, you know, a small wrench for tightening, adjustable wrench, and you should be okay if you're going to do extended time on this bike. But man, I'm still stuck with that question of, would I still buy it again? Yes, I probably would, because I have had a lot of fun on it, even in the few months that have been decent here in Maryland to ride it. But I mean, look at all the stuff I ended up taking off. And the reason I started taking all this stuff off is because there was always a rattle. Something was always rattling. Something was always coming loose. And one day I was just like, the hell with it. I'm taking it all off. And oddly enough, it worked. Taking all of this excess off saved me from the rattles. I don't know if that's something that would bother you guys, because a lot of people drive out there with, you know, fender flares just shaking because they laid it down, but I can't deal with it. I'm too anal retentive for that. So, but it's still a work in progress, and I think with this bike, it is always going to be a work in progress. I took this out last week, probably did 25 miles on it, and went over some bumpy roads out in Loch Raven Reservoir. And I don't know if you can see this. I put some, it's the muffler. Put some muffler tape on it. Everything was tight when I put it on. After I went down the road for that 25-mile stretch, the damn thing got so loose it almost fell off. I had to pull over and adjust it on the side of the road. So, made it home, tightened it all up, lost 1 screw, so went to the hardware store and got another screw that fit. But I don't know. Long story short, it's a fun little scooter that looks like a bike. Everyone I know has ridden it, has gotten a good concept of how to actually just sit on it. When you're sitting on the seat, for me, I can touch the ground. The bike feels comfortable between my legs. So it's a good beginner bike. That's all I can really give it. So if you want speed, you might want to try, even though the Grom is 125 cc's, I believe, it is a little bit quicker than this. And even this is a 150. So I don't know. I think it's the better engine. I still can't find new wheels for this. Finding parts for this blows, because every Chinese company says, oh, we got the parts you need, and then you order them, and then a month later they show up and they are the wrong size. They don't fit right. They're fairly cheap. So my next 2 big things on this bike is I'm going to rip out all the wiring and put in a brand new Honda wiring harness, because there's nothing original really going to be left when I'm done with it. So I apologize for all my kids' little things, but you can't avoid it. You're a parent. What can you do? So anyway, I hope you found this informative, at least for a good quick look at one if you're thinking about buying it. And if you are thinking of buying it, just know that these are some of the problems you will have to face for buying a Chinese bike. Now let's even see if it'll start. Sound good, I'll give it that. I've seen a lot of walk around videos where they start it and they talk for a half hour with it on, and I'm not going to do that because frankly it's annoying. But there she is. Maybe one of these days I'll do a ride video with her and you guys can check it out. But any questions or comments, please shoot them on down to me. At the bottom, you can like or subscribe, but I don't do this for any money or anything, or marketing. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope you know, this will help you if you decide to buy one day. Alright, take it easy, guys.